What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode from Backyard Boys. If you guys are new to this channel, please lightly tap the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications. Man, this quarantine stuff is going pretty crazy. I was not expecting to take a break from YouTube for this long. I was expecting maybe a 3-week break or a 2-week break, but it is what it is now, and I am back. I've been healthy. I've been staying good. I hope you guys are doing well as well. And in this episode, we are going to be working on our beautiful 1M that I have rebuilt, and I still drive it. It's a daily driver, basically. I love this thing. It looks good, sounds good, and it drives good, but there's a couple of maintenance things that needs to be done on it now, and we're gonna be doing some serious horsepower mods. So what we're gonna do in this episode is throw on a fat intercooler that I have, and we're gonna change a wheel bearing over here. And since the coilover is already kind of settled, I do need to raise the rear passenger side right over there because it scrapes with passengers. So what we're gonna do is pull this front bumper off, start mocking up the intercooler, and see what we need to cut, make it fit. Also, we got some step down or step 1 colder coil packs or spark plugs, and then we got some upgraded coil packs. So we're gonna throw all that stuff on, and I do want to give a shout out right now to Jacob at ARM MOTORSPORTS and Casey at Innovative Motorsports. I will be tagging all their stuff down below and in the bio, so be sure to check that out. But guys, I do need to tell you one thing. The clutch in this car has already been changed, and it was changed by somebody else. I basically didn't really have time, nor do I have like the tools and everything here, so I dropped it off at a shop. They changed the clutch for me, so the clutch in this car is already brand new. And while he was there, I asked him if he could put the downpipes on, and this is why I'm giving a major shout out to ARM Motorsports, because their downpipes, so here's the original downpipes off the car. Their downpipes fit like a dream. They look good, and everything is beautiful about them. I'll actually post a picture of what they look like right over here. Man, they're nice. Quick interruption before I pull the front bumper off. I do want to prove to you guys and show you guys that the ARM downpipes are on, and they are right over there. They look beautiful. Once again, they are sick. They got that, look at that ARM imprint on them. Everything's just nice. The fitment of them is perfect. We are also going to be deleting most likely a cat. I'm not sure which one yet. And then we're going to be doing a muffler delete and some different tips, but I'm not sure if that's going to be in this video or the next one, so stay tuned. The guy there at the shop that installed the downpipes and clutch was like, man, those downpipes, the ARM Motorsports downpipes, dude, they're super nice. They fit good. They look good. Everything was just perfect fitment about them. But I do also have some charge pipe beams from them right here, and a bunch of other stuff, actually, you know, the clamps, this, and I got to mock up this humongous intercooler over here. Yeah, that thing is huge. That's my hand. So I think it's like a I honestly don't even know. My brother actually hooked it up with that intercooler. He had it on his N54, and it was a beast. Right over here, I do have the wheel bearing. Let me put this right here. I do have the wheel bearing that we're gonna be changing. It's right here. And I do have the step down colder spark plugs and Delphi coil packs right over here, so kind of freshen up the engine bay, make everything nice and smooth. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and pop open this hood right over here and start pulling this front bumper off, mocking up that intercooler and making everything fit and run good. I do have these right here on, so these will stay with the carbon fiber little tubes here. I took the engine cover off because I started to change these coil packs out, but I wanted to film everything. So let's go ahead and pull this front bumper off, get those coil packs, spark plugs, everything changed out, make everything run like a dream. What do you say? Let's go. Let's run it. All right, well, now that we got the front bumper off, we can kind of see in size comparison to the one that we have and the factory one. Yeah, huge difference. So what we're gonna have to do is most likely trim this up. I've done that on my other 335, but my other 335 intercooler was not as tall as this. So I'm gonna have to do some measurements, mock things up, and see from there. Hopefully it does fit. I'm gonna take a good look before I do start cutting anything. And I know regardless though, if you put any kind of aftermarket intercooler, you have to cut this because it's super tight right here. There's not much room for anything bigger than the factory intercooler. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start mocking things up, start measuring, start pulling this factory intercooler off and putting on this new humongous beautiful one. Let's go. Well, there you guys have it. better visual representation of the sizes. Here's the factory one, and this one is much taller, which has more room for air to enter it and cool it off. It's also pretty similar thickness. It's not much thinner. It's about probably 3/4 of the thickness of this one here, and much taller. I do have the bracket that goes up here and it kind of screws on to the rebar. That's how my brother had it. So go ahead and see what I can do. I do need to change these over here, the connections, because it's not a system like this. It's more of a system with clamps. So I got to see what I got in the box and start changing those out, making that fit. All right, after taking a good look, I did get all this new piping from ARM MOTORSPORTS over here. Everything is looking good and everything seems like it should fit, but what I do have to do is take apart all of my old stuff and temporary stuff that I had for now, because my charge pipe blew. If you guys do remember in any of the previous videos, I went ahead and changed all this. So what I'm gonna do is actually pull this whole entire shebang off. It goes all the way from the throttle body, I think, all the way from there, all the way down to the intercooler, which is this big pipe over here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and transfer the charge pipe, or the blow off valve, sorry, to the new charge pipe right over here. So here's a new charge pipe. Nice and beautiful matte. I love the look of this. It's kind of got that little texture feel to it, nice and tight. I like it. But we're gonna go ahead and pull all that jazz off and then put the intercooler up in there and start mocking everything up, making sure all the pipes slide on, get tightened down nice and tight. That way we got no boost leaks or no boost problems or anything, because I do know once you start pushing horsepower, these things can slide off pretty easily if you don't tighten them well. So guys, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right guys, anyways, went ahead and pulled off everything. There's the aftermarket one, and I want to show you guys the aftermarket one and the factory one, just so you guys can see of how much the factory one suppresses the air. Here's the factory one, here's the aftermarket one, here's the one I pulled off, just kind of like a silver metallic color, and the one that is the new one is already coming on. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's black right here with this blow off valve over here. So what we're gonna do is continue mocking up. I'm gonna go ahead and try to slide this thick pipe into here, because it goes from the top over here all the way through and down to the intercooler down here. I'm gonna try to get away without cutting this, but I doubt it, highly doubt it. And then I gotta see which fitting I need from here to this side of the intercooler. And after that, we're gonna go ahead and reinforce the intercooler. The top bolts here, somehow over here. I do have brackets there in the trunk. I will show you right now. So some brackets right here. I don't know exactly how they work, how all this shebang goes, but I'll figure it out. Not a big deal. Let's get back into work. All right guys, well, after a bunch of cutting, as you guys can see down over here, we got it mocked up and we got it to fit. It is not finalized just yet. I'm going to pull it back off and clean up all my cuts, but got the bumper on just to make sure everything fits. We're going to go ahead and pull the bumper off, and I'll show you guys just kind of the bracket and whatnot. It's got caught on something. Oh, there it is. All right, grab it. And yeah, so we have a bracket right over here. is gonna get bolted down to the rebar. We're gonna replace this piece over here. I gotta bend it a little bit because it's in the way of the intercooler. And we got a lower bracket right over here as well, which is gonna be mocked up something like this here. Actually, no, like this. And then I'm gonna make custom brackets to something. I'll make something work, but you guys get the point. It goes down here. We do have a scoop, which is right here, which navigates, so this is like a duct. It navigates the air into the intercooler, which goes up top right over there as well. So all that stuff got to be placed on, but before that, I'm going to take this back off and clean up all my cuts down over here, make sure everything is nice and smooth. And then I already did find a way to mock up the piping. I got this pipe right over here. So this is going to go onto the original inlet, and then we got this piece to go on the intercooler. And on this side over here, I'm gonna have to make something work. Why? Because this charge pipe, or whatever this is called, is a little thick. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut my old one and just use like an angle of it. So like right here, I'm gonna cut it here, tape it, cut it here, and use this as like a stopper for when I do slide the new hose on and kind of clamp it down. And I do have a little reducer. Where is it? Little reducer right here. So it goes from big to small, and everything will fit perfect. Let's get back to work and getting this thing finalized and dialed in. I'm ready to tune it and hear this thing scream. Let's go. All right, guys, well, I went ahead and turned around the one end because it is actually all dark outside now, and it's much better lighting once it's turned around like this. But the intercooler is finally on. Everything is holding on extremely tight. Everything fits. It was extremely tight, but everything is on, and it looks super sick. It looks like that, and then once the bumper comes on, you can barely see the backyard boys. Nice and subtle. Anyways, right now what we're gonna do is go ahead and pull the plugs out, change the coil packs, change the spark plugs, and reinstall everything. And then we got to reinstall our intakes and kind of finalize everything, make everything nice and neat, and then we can do our tuning. Alright guys, well anyways, last night I got basically the whole engine bay buckled in, besides the cowl up there. I'm gonna put that on later, but I do have the intakes on. I did change the spark plugs, change the coil packs. Everything is basically ready for our MHD Stage 2 Plus tune. The bumper right over here is just kind of barely mocked up, just so it wouldn't be laying outside for the time being. But guys, I do have my little Android tablet right over here. I got my MHD app right here. I do have my cable, KD cable, and my adapter. So we basically have everything ready to go. Right now what I'm going to do is go ahead and set it up inside the car and kind of just explain a little bit, and the rest should be on time lapse because it takes a little while to get it done. But yeah, let's get right into it. All right, I apologize for the bad lighting, but we do have the KD cable connected. up onto our tablet, and it's pretty straightforward and really easy. That's what I really actually like about the MHD tuning. Everything is done for you, and everything is super nice, super clean, super straightforward, and it's very effective. The tune in general is just honestly the best tune. I've had it on my other 335s a while ago. Just I have no complaints, and I'm very actually excited to see how it does with all this upgraded software, and just see how much power we can push out of this thing with just simple bolt-ons. So let's get right into it. All right guys, well, I purchased all the licenses, everything I need, and there, as you guys can see, it says preparing the DME, 3% and 34 minutes left currently here. And after this, I'm gonna pull the front bumper off just to make sure that, basically I'm gonna rip it a little bit, make sure it builds up boost, make sure it holds boost, make sure everything, because it's gonna be really hard and tight to get all the connections connected back on if anything pops off with the bumper on. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the bumper off, give it a couple of rips, and I'll take you guys along. So let's go ahead and wait these minutes, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. All right, 30 minutes has passed, and let's see the moment of truth, see if it fires up. Oh, there she is. All the lights are off. All right guys, now I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing out of the shop. It is wet outside, but I'm not gonna send it. Just want to make sure that all the pipes and everything is on, it's not leaking boost. So I'll give you guys updates and stuff like that. Let's tag along, let's go. All right guys, well, we got everything basically buckled up in the front, and right now I'm just testing the car out, making sure the charge pipe on the any of the intercooler piping, any of that stuff does not pop off. I still do got to put the cowl on, but the spark plugs are changed, everything seems to be good, and I'm gonna try to get you guys some boost noise and whatnot. But right now we're actually heading down to United Tint and Customs. He's gonna wrap my hood. I liked it with the carbon fiber hood, but I want to see how it is without the carbon fiber hood, and I guess let's go over there, get that hood wrapped up, and then go back to the shop. I'll show you guys all the hood and everything, and we're gonna go ahead and put the front bumper back on. Hopefully none of the charge pipes, none of that stuff blows off. For now we're gonna need some coffee because I am super sleepy, like you can see. But anyways, let's head there. All right guys, well, we are now back at the house, and we have the bumper right over here, and we do have the car right over here. I just kind of nosed it in here, that way it wouldn't rain, because as you guys can tell out there, it is all muddy and rainy and gushy and disgusting. But what we're gonna do is go ahead and put the cowl back on, put all these little covers back on, and go ahead and slap this bumper back on and make sure everything nice and tight. And then after that, we're gonna go and do some test spins and show you guys how this does, how this intercooler does. And I mean, I can't really do that any kind of a crazy pulls because it is wet and it's just gonna be slipping. So I'll just give you guys some blow off valve noises. The blow off valve got a bunch louder and it just sounds super nice. But yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and slap this bumper right on, align all the gaps on the hood, because now the gaps are much more visible that it's wrapped. And let me know what you guys think of it wrapped. I think it looks really darn good. This hood scoop right here just sticks out a whole ton more. But once the bumper is on, I'm gonna go take a video outside for some better lighting. Let's go. Let's go take this sucker for a test spin and see what it does. I'm gonna leave the window open, that way you guys can hear some blow off noises. Turn the traction off. It's wet, but oh my. I still need to get the adaptive headlights programmed, but it just sounds so amazing. Listen to this. This thing ain't no joke. Man, this is so fun. Just listen to this. See if I can close the window. Guys, that just sounds amazing. I'm blown away. Ah. And it scoots, like look at this. This is second gear pull. And it's not like, I'm not brake boosting or anything, just kind of ready and braking traction. Like it's literally skipping traction, just like without like doing any kind of drops or just a subtle pull. But yeah guys, let's go to our destination, take a final look at the car, and wrap up the episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. The burbles sound good too, listen. I like it. All right guys, well, that is that. We did get the hood wrapped and it is open right now, so the gaps look kind of funny. Go ahead and comment down below what you guys think of the wrapped hood look. I love it. That scoop right there is so aggressive. I had Vince leave these revealed, and man, Vince does the best job of wrapping things in the world. This guy is such a pro, it's crazy. But everything under here is all tucked away. Everything is looking pretty, a little bit dusty, but I do need to get these little 2 air ducts right over here, and that's about it for engine bay for now. I'm not sure what other mods are becoming here for the car, but went ahead and lined all the gaps for the hood as well. It is a carbon fiber hood and it is very tough to align gaps on it, but I did the best I could and they are pretty even and look beautiful. But all around, man, this car is just gorgeous. I do have 2 more things for the car and 1 thing that I want to do, but I'm not sure. I do want to powder coat the wheels black. I do have carbon fiber covers over here, and I do have something going on with the exhaust, which I will reveal very, very shortly. But for now, it's the stock tips. They're dirty, they're small, and they're kind of ugly, and it kind of makes the rear end look a little bit small. So that is that. But honestly, as the wheel bearing, I'm not gonna change it in a video. There's no point, it's not interesting. It's just gonna bore you guys out. It's gonna take me, I don't know, an hour or so to change that wheel bearing. In the next video, I'm gonna actually do most likely a price reveal and a couple more other little mods for the car. Overall, the car is so beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed those blow off valve noises. All that stuff is just super, I don't know, just a whole different new car. I fell in love with it once again. Little thing guys, the car is for sale. So shoot me some offers. Don't be shooting me offers of $30,000 because I put way more into that. And I'm gonna have to run up all the numbers and see what the car costed me, and then we'll go from there as for price. But if someone could offer me a fair amount that I can't really deny, then I'll take it. Car is beautiful, has no problems, and guess I'll see you guys on the next episode.